Ekosiisen dwumadi no waso so a wotie no all talk all day. Yama mu nyina akwa babio eba dwumadi so make say lawyer Baba Jamal ewa and lawyer Baba Jamal former MP, former deputy minister, former deputy general secretary and a lawyer our kasa edema petitioner in this ongoing election petition at Supreme Court. Shame inti shana fe yaneno etumi edi enkomontamun shanenso emfa emayen ensem bebre na ewo hɔ a wɔsɛ yɛhwɛ ne yɛtumi ekomo messages ne nso bebre na aba but lawyer refer yen to the okay it may pair that document. I think I should have it here.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
That's the election adjudication manual.
Yes,
the election adjudication manual, fourth edition.
Yes.
406 pages.
Yes. Can you just send it to me? I'll take my time and look.
Okay. Me push the amount na fee. Na wait me ashe.
Inti obi. Ye koso no ho. Me pese wo mo anu mo ka se. Yemfa figures bi entuja. That is what I am referring to now. So that obia oti me bia know say ye the figures not to no ebinum no mo nye den omo read the figures no. Ni here pan say I've been able to show you say in our petition another issue I raise here and say your calculation one the basic one is say I didn't borrow 100%.
Okay.
2 so okay can near mammy and Kasakai and no figures or the my in the 9th now gazette no Nana Kufa do now 49.625. So it's not up to 50% plus one. So what must say?
Okay.
It is a banner say okay. These raises questions. And at least it raises questions. Even if it is not for us, Ghanaians want to understand one. I mean, some of the things that UOB as Ghanaian, if you are not interested to know, I will be surprised. So you are not interested to know why we are two from terms. If he is energy, you don't want to understand.
Nasa, I don't know. Is your church? Is it sir? Or and you want her to come and explain again in court?
No,
I don't understand because they've explained that.
Woman no mobisa young questions.
Okay.
On chile ubia. Yen yasama yeka and no nubisa your question. As at now, they've not started their defense. In Tomu Maya, any official explanation on that matter. In Tokatsu woman church me.
Now, Mekasa, even before you guys went to court, there was a statement from the Eastern Region Electoral Commission explaining what happened.
Inti one yekobisano mwanza mayengobisano. No obi, you see no one say emramuno enese wo ka asemo ane afo
na yafa
wo ka asemo si ebisa mu questions and it's all my issues said 29 no and you obi a issue said na 7 statement mu kwa say twandro enti na okokota yesi wudi wasamba yebetutu wanu send ye ko ye tutu mu a ebepie say 1 region 2 we na free wo ebepie mza de no oh say witness man statement and witness statement no kwa na court na so e kana zemo witness they are dance here but petition so any the basis of the witnesses anamebwa witness ni bia ni baby obeka for example say opese o ka ebia dua ho asemo a obi o soro no obeka haba ho asemo obi o fon obeka ntin ho asem ni o ka ntin ho asem ebia na onim ne o haba mu and obi so o mfimfin o ka trank na ngasa so what must this is what happens. In the dance, the ubit me court, no, the dance be, yes, in a dance for be 20.
Asempa FM.
Ubi a become different. So, no, court no make no, we are, as some Nangasa or the bar, no, yes, you. Nanya debia me to my dream person is there. The 5th issue. Now, court Nangasa set him down. Adiano kind. Or say, whether or not, the alleged pardon and the errors complained about. Complained about whether it affected.
It has any material effect on the results. So
where me obi if a petition.
Yes.
And when figures and I know drawing. You draw the Maham also.
But do they materially affect the results so declared?
That is for the court
to decide.
And we have spoken first one say what the woman did and has turned into law today. No, who questions who should we ask those questions? And don't you indeed? That is what. Where we are today, no, normal say, court say, the woman as it stands now, you can't force a party. You can't say party. Party ni one asem no, you the call any ni yakasem na fano no a party. Ti within this one can. And then people court rules no matter in India because according to we Mrano Kawano or say despite 45-4. Oko he 45-4 no so kire say first no na Supreme Court betimi do obi aye den aka ho say Supreme Court nu kwankwa so odi obi ba aye den e be him into join the ye fimi ntakoka petition no kwa so what must into court rules no I'm sure say guidelines now that will make it clear. I say 42 days no say 42 days any mre but court rules no mu and 42 days no free. And when Umrano just any or Mrana or say despite 45-4. At the end of 45-4 no 45-4 no say first no na court me the na sem ebem no we abem but they say they see there be untimi for biem. At some men a court kai court say no your party no say me no obi me there some to so na me do kwa ho me do court me ntimi for so say beka wasem opa obeka oba unka so admaze ba yamfa jimensa nkokoto jimensa yamfa na nkokoto ya the Electoral Commission of Ghana ene ekokoto nko ndi obi epacho send the be amamfo betin ya mekanaze no petition no epacho title nini title no ene epacho hwe say Jimense din ewomana eni epacho
no me hu John Dramani Mahama versus Electoral Commission and another danko akofado
Jimensa ono no Electoral Commission
dabi
in this court no ka say party no yun undumi enforce na enye ye ne ka che Electoral Commission say wo mun frɛ Jimensa no ombe fale witness mo ne ka che mo no mu decide so no obetimi akasa ma mana meboa. Inti so mo select no so ma sese no enu ntina se yentimi enforce party dia sese ye go through another door no there emra ema ehu kwan se so obi eye aban adwuma na oda adwuma ku bia no a eye aban dia utimi hye no obekasa because who information but no nko no betimi ama so hye no obekasa. This is where we are. Entity Funtia says, baby, you don't know, ye need be outside the law. Nienti amaya go back to court and say, thank you, Nimsakura Nadia. Anka, as at that time, no. Yenti means subpoena because na Electoral Commission, and you are submitting the witness statements on nobody dancer. And do to me, never come with the dancer money per me. In Jamramunu, as at that time, yenti means subpoena no. But say no makase omo witness statement on yuzu on also on mano say we are going to summon the returning officer. Oko here mbrenu one when a returning officer. I know they are specific.
The chairperson of the Electoral Commission.
So now we are subpoenaing the returning officer. Chairperson angasano and the econoso. And you say, electoral commission from some man.
Now, before somebody subpoena never corner, there was a court in Mamo going to reopen your
that
case.
That is the problem. On say, as at the time now, yeah. It's say now, we in Sambia no kaka on the petition, affidavits Munintin. Ye na ya dream say, Obeba. So we moved on that assumption.
Really? And then I responded, it's a poor strategy.
And you see,
more knowledge in law, you should have known that option no exists. So they can elect not to call their witness.
Unim say Ghana mremkwano. Ofa girl. Na unware. Ba won nenam. Obi ehun say oyere no. Obi akọ ofie fo inan so we ne yere no. Unim say based on that promise no. And now on that assumption, no. And then Okaso Jano bet me demanding if you.
Yeah, that's true.
So what must say? And also no back as Obano Sabe a pro strategy. Because as you go along, we are in the court of law. We don't expect so be swear affidavit and turn back on it.
On an issue that has been disposed.
You see, that is another mistake you are doing.
Supreme Court
that's also another mistake.
It was in their rule.
Oh, I agree. Number two. What this what can one say maybe? But is it struck off the court records?
No.
And do you know that at any point in time we can seek leave of court and make references to it? And to see references to it. And maybe a PBN say a debut record no zongwane a file. You bet my reference. And in the Supreme Court in Yadwino. And don't say when you rule him no more. And it doesn't, it's immaterial because you know I'm Yadwin.
And I'm finally reviewing.
And you are finally reviewing so on your kind, you know, Yadwin. Because you are dreaming. So I didn't know. Oh, my by Nabago, and then you know, and then you son, baby and son, no son. Why you back on so yes your pacho and in a woman yes several interrogatories say in same way you baby sawa a bebwama seminal just you see obianti say the justice is no more true no their main goal is justice and in rule 5 of CI 16 CI 16 say Assembly abo manima in the interest of justice rom timi ye mra bia hwe sana omumra ne kire o Supreme Court mra no enti main goal ho ne justice and enti na mra bi no ye ka say ye ntimi nganta on say na bi mu kaka ye nyantam no Assembly ne send ye ka no enti says omusu main goal need justice there yes electoral commission questions be what we see bisa na eboama no krani ededi na so omunya botre na mudu cross examination mubenya ho kwan ebusa tio mudu cross examination mubenya ho kwan ede
mubetumi ebusa during cross examination
mubenya ho kwan
mubetumi ebusa
what is the difference twikasa na yeka no yakasi za ubetumi bia means we dey on kasa ubetumi bia o say it is available. That opportunity is available. And to be young crying ebisa. So I must say. And what I say we inspections and also apply no. Also inspection on some ko. Now for example from 13 now or see you see no from 13 you say no kra standard.
Semper FM.
And on na mo ka say yes, mo witness na ka say
you can court.
Yes,
because certain no e can no evidence here no. E can almost statement no. Into one the other court, and the justice is back, even though it's not in evidence yet. No, on my head, the buy or the chance from 13 in number because we see when from 13. No, Muslim when and also they be when what they call we CI 127 now, and yet the same thing, difference home because CI 127 is more detailed. That is a staff form no crown problem. And also a coy also they be munabotre. We have cross examination, mubenya ho kwan ya na ebisa. Anya mienu. And when you say a review so on the first interrogators, and also almost the same thing. Okay, so
on Semper FM.
Look, there is, you see, there's no any lawyer. Our Bekase having these affidavits, will not give you some at least basic assumptions. Mame no beba. Ame obi nipa bi nipa.
But you shouldn't have also lost sight of order 36.
We have not lost
3
sight of it.
Of CI 47.
We have not lost sight.
And the provisions in CI 87.
We have not lost sight of it. We have not. But I'm saying, sir, when you talk of strategy, we are in a strategy. We have done our work, and we believe she will come. And it is our mom, no problem. The court has other avenues for us to go through. And I'm a boy.
And then I'm using
And then you soon as say no. And it is almost say we are. Yeah, you use the other avenue. Other avenues, no na dey na buy. And then no na ne. You call say. A sense and you close your case. Now, interesting. You close your case. A letter commission to case were close. Nana Kufu case no so close. And I'm a boy. And they said, no, it is now no pong chroma come, baby say, Sadia, yes, you best Pina, Don Mahama. Oh, they are welcome to do that.
Na Uncle
Mumrapa, your papa, obey the pa. Almost someone go Pum case. Someone say also, they also have to almost apply to the court. No more Pum case, no more subpoena, Don Mahama. So what I say? And they are welcome to do that.
Are you not calling for
too
much?
Oh yes, no. But Oponkuma has put it in the public space.
They are considering that.
They should do it. They should do it now. What is?
And you allow John Mahama to mount the witness box.
And then akuko humbida.
And ya wo. The room for 1 minute.
Nana ba ka hu na ye de. Ni ehunu trend yi de say nya de bibia be ehu biom.
What are you insinuating?
Oh, no, can I say? Because application, but what must you? In the application, all the do on our sebi. Yelusu, Arameboa.
Yes.
And then I make us in Yakuko Humbida, and Yamubu. And then the first time I be
Ebanisana, don't you do sober reflection and says, okay, there maybe we did not convince the court. Yeah, and can law to convince the court.
So can law. Chacho is colossal.
Very, very much so.
Can law, Sebi. Even though we are part of the legal team, we are learning. I'm telling you, my brother. Me kokota. When we are my church on Yamasoza, I'm learning because me when chame idea pay.
Yeah.
So that means one chame idea. But at least omo chame idea no and the way one can say any opportunity for the first time any opportunity many it now you can law you committee or train law this way that way. I mean it's opportunity and I mean you say MPP follow to probably will tell you say there is law at play and I'm a boy till law no dey Ekoso but Supreme Court and say one agree no be can any final and I'm a boy into omo kan ye no omo nyadwen say be ka se no omo nyadwen you know mun nyadwen so dia na mra kwan bi wo was correct na be correct ti nwumre ni me pese obi ati ese ne say so obi gina bebi no kasi ni figures ye fa figures bi ama quarter ni omo bi say bisa of see nkotia ni omo bisa no say by your calculations and they say we didn't bring that to court because you have calculations and go court
the easy no
the easy no
declaration
gazetted law no and they require and the young fire calculation. When two pieces of them no say by your calculation. No, see, I didn't bring. Listen to the first answer, man. I say I didn't bring that to court. Man, farmer court. Man, farmer calculation about court. Me see, near Yamano, Kwanso no mandated say, on making sure say results no be correct, and she's under a duty to give us the correct figures. And share and yes and pay. When you are correcting our own, Obi. A bad says the team out parliamentary election. Electoral commission be alpha, we know declare be a court. If you say no, electoral commission will be under no responsibility, say, obey your correct calculations at the war. And the electoral commission, you are correcting for the future of this country. John Mahama is there for the future of this country. Into obi ti ajado so alentina omo ma enyamu de debi ma me mechirem omechirem say then 100.3% buy. But because so
what you have to do to get her to come. And
that is what we are doing.
Among four draw
under the difficult circumstances, that is what we are doing.
2012-2013, sir, there was no motion filed to either compel Afarijan, to subpoena Afarijan, after said petitioners no close your case. The Electoral Commission had no option than to mount that box because Omo was a petitioners no. I established something concrete.
That is then.
And they had to come.
That is a different case. Every case is different.
And you admit for the EC to be so comfortable and say yen lead witness to lead evidence. That is the money you've not proved anything.
Bisa one single question. Uyimano bisa say Dobi. Into who as Ghanaian?
Yes.
And no one was say calculation 100.3%. Sa obi ne ocho nkwada ofie no. No mi bisa. And did that be Ubabi sorry no calculation no the 105 brawa.
But that is not
no no
lawyer. The American say we are not in the court of public opinion. We are in a court of
law. I'm quoting from our petition before the law.
Yes, and the point is,
so what is your problem here?
What is in that petition?
Yes.
You've called witnesses based on the pleadings in the petition and your more witness statement and the more closing your case.
Okay.
After closing your case, are you confident? Say you've put a compelling case before the court.
We have.
So what's the problem now?
Compelling case before the court. Because say Timi Akase because you see, every lawyer will say, as you move on with the case, certain things, development of the case, you've got to make help you case or even kills your case.
Yeah.
From day 1, 19th January, and there's several notice for inspection.
Yeah.
So it means from the very onset, we need certain document from there to shape the case.
But that's a problem because you have all
those. It is not a problem because we don't have them. We don't have Form 30.
The court has ruled.
We don't have the Form 30, and that is why we didn't agree with the court. The form, we don't have Form 30. We don't have the pink sheet from. So we also one of the police agents where the this thing was not counted and the ballot box was destroyed. We don't have a pink sheet for that. We don't have pink sheet for Form 30.
Mind you, sir, in your,
Form 30
in your
is the last.
Report, no, you were asking for the original copy, so the law says you should be given duplicate. Have you requested for the duplicate?
But we didn't go for electoral commission say a duplicate.
I didn't man call some duplicate.
No, Timmy, Form 30, no, we didn't go there for duplicate. What we are asking to inspect is the forms, the original. An inspection does not necessarily mean
copy.
Even though we added on our application, say a corner near here and be a bit me photocopy. So what man I bit me a copy. But yet see a original, duplicate.
And the court says you have them already.
And the court
you have the duplicate.
Yeah, will be, but at least Form 13. Form 13 soon you declare no. And now court money you Form 13 now mammy declare no. You did copy a chain who says papa.
In the other in more request, no man requested specifically for Form 13.
But you see,
no more requested for Nioma, no more because court
whatever we have.
Court Naka said the duplicates no admissible in court as much as the original.
Whatever we
evidence
have.
act clear.
No. Whatever we have.
Yes.
It does not stop us from inspecting the original.
The court has stopped you.
The court has stopped. No, listen. The fact that the court has stopped it.
Yes.
I've also told you that we don't agree with the court.
On that one, I'm on secure review.
But
on that specific ruling.
Which one is that?
To inspect documents. No.
No. But wait. We have not.
Okay.
We have not finished.
Okay.
The case where I can say and I
litigation should come to an end at a point.
Oh, it will come to an end at a point. But don't expect it so soon. Then they will say, hey, so that was the way expecting so straight because the fact is review baby so that must say and in your can say question that court nim be person Ghana for in that as one more they be there I come as some say ye figures be near and then prove to you from our petition who could be ma amanfo yin hu ni se nyese men kan gaga ba okitebi a wutu mama numbers wo hu no ho so what must say say men kan no because your mama has to go to court so what must say and today we are all struggling with this so what must say be person obi ati say we have our figures We have put it before the court. You have mentioned figure Nana Akufo-Addo by the declaration.
Yes.
Obi, despite many figures in Abano. How many declarations do we have in this country?
1.
And it was declared when?
9th December.
In the press release in about 10th, no. I will be answering. I mean, you take us for kids. Will be answering press release, no. Unsigned press release, and that will be website. And no, and I am for Edibu my way. And will be hacking into a multimedia more system. Now the baby toswa, that is now just Obian Van says the gospel truth. But at least your physical signed one document and the almost frame media, almost frame almost children. I didn't know frame media van to work website because the need for some authenticity. It is a miti obi now our host sama miti grass a lawyer because or original that way at one website though. Now, website don't you call original? And don't call a picture no how knows the way original and duplicate. I mean, what are you talking about? Serious, serious.
Baba, I mean, for winter, because he says, I have some pie FM. I mean, Kaiti for say, now, yeah, share him, say, one of the spokespersons for the second respondent, lawyer, Faisal, full name, crying.
Faisal Sisi.
Sisi Faisal should have joined us. Yet he said, "Oh, Baba, up till now, no, or ma Emma Mekai and Sa Ewa Hanti. You go so shen and him say or bar because we are left with just about 20 minutes to go. I'm tempted to believe that the
no one
FDC...
made him time. No kind of time now. Aman.
I'm tempted to believe that the NDC only went to court to disgrace the EC chair before the Ghanaian people and nothing else. The EC lawyer is saying that I will not give evidence. Use the evidence of my opponent, Mr. Mahama, plus 3 witnesses to give your verdict. Please ask Honorable Baba Jamal, why are they worried if they think they have provided enough evidence to the court? The NDC must be happy rather, or George Quatin is in Adenta. Walanyo in your constituency, Akwetia, Walanyo says, how can NDC at the expense of law only rely on a mistake the EC chairperson made when she mistakenly mentioned the total vote cast as total valid vote cast and headed to court? NDC should accept that in the law court we speak the language of pure law and concrete evidence, but not religion and morality. NDC were their afterthoughts. We say, Obi, let's all assume the chairperson made a mistake in her calculation, as the NDC is saying. So what is the correct calculation in their view? Have they independently done their own collation? Why can't they use the right figures in 275 constituencies, collated results to disprove and expose the EC, but going around in circles without letting Ghanaians know the truth? So would Ghanaians take the NDC serious? Their supporters will be disappointed if they can't disprove and expose Jane Mensah's declaration. I rest my case. That's from Pythagoras Theorem. Obi, please ask lawyer Baba Jamal about the 4,900 sampled pink sheet they talked about. Was it 4,900? No, I think the total amount of vote on those pink sheets, no, and it amounted to 4,900. Also, Section 166 of the Evidence Act is very instructive. Greetings to Honorable Ebenezer Nina Nate of Ablekuma Central, 2024, Eben Beba, Fieron is in Mataheko. This one says, Obi, every time you interview Sami Jemfi, he claims they want the EC chair to account to we Ghanaians. Who said we need accountability? Masa, follow your case and stop thinking about us. Nana Mponsa Bediakon.
On this,
always say, Obi, isn't it so strange that a legal team will tell you that they didn't know someone's strategy? That's why they are reopening a case that they chose to close. Isn't that a clear case that their legal team failed in that regard? By the way, Obi, let Baba know that the judges denied their interrogatories because they said it wasn't relevant. Not that they would have a chance to ask them later. Starsky is in New York, US of A. Ato Kwamena is a member of the NDC in Worcester, Massachusetts. I say, Obi, could you help Ghanaians with the total valid vote cast? And based on this, the EC made her declaration. Ato Kwamena and on the way over. Obi, ain't you surprised that about 2 months into court proceedings, still the petitioners' lawyers are finding it daunting to explain their case to the Ghanaian people? Obi, the EC chair has done enough explanation already. It's time to move on. Farouk is in Tema. Paul De Suso. Good afternoon, Obi. Please, can you help me with a valid vote cast in the 2020 elections as declared? Thank you. Paul De Suso. And on the way, brain. This one says, as lawyer Nanabi said in your interview with him last week on your show, he said, quote, if there is anyone to mount the witness box, it has to be the former President Mahama. Obi, clearly the NDC has no case, but they just want to play political gimmicks to make the NPP government lose focus in governing our country. Nana one is in Kaswa. Obi, don't you think this is vengeance expedition by the NDC? Charlotte went, so Jane must equally go. David is in Texas, US of A. And Odiwe brain. Messages are abano at door. So this one says, Obi. So at one point in time, Miss Jane Mensah was conveniently substituted as party EC. And in another breath, she's a stand-alone individual. NDC must come again. This theatrics won't wash. Samuel, Brian, Boabin. We say, the Gazette just said the winner had more than 50% of valid votes. Babatio. The Gazette didn't indicate the individual vote for the candidates.
Tell him to read the Gazette full.
Or say again.
Tell him to read the Gazette full.
Again, the 100.3% he is referring to is not reflected on the Form 13.
But who told him that we have said, I've talked about Form 13 with 103?
Now, 103, now it's
No, it does not reflect where.
What's the Form 13?
Now, let me give you the figures.
Okay.
Let me give you the figures.
Okay.
You see, so be your time and uncle, because I have a lot of people asking, say, what is the total valid vote cast?
Yeah.
On the Gazetted, they used 13,434,574.
On the Gazette, how did you know? The Gazette did not come with any figure.
When I say Gazetted, I'm talking of the 9th declaration. Which
On the declaration.
No, on the Gazetted. The declaration is what has
the
been
Gazetted.
No, the Gazetted
the winner who had more than 50% vote cast.
OTA, under my hand declared 9th of this disease.
Yes.
Is that not it?
Yes.
So which figures is she gazetting? The Gazette don't come with the number. It comes with the date of declaration. And she said she declared on the 9th. So if she declared on the 9th and say it's on the 9th, so when you're talking about figures of the Gazette, number boy. I mean, this is logical thinking. So what much? Gazette is just a simple paper, maybe one page. And I'm or yeah, no, it's okay. Data on this needed declared on this day. So what much?
Yes.
So we have the declared date on the 9th, and they have only one declaration. And that is what has been gazetted on the same 9th, because they should sign it on the same 9th.
Ekosiisen
So if on the 10th there's a different figure coming from press release, do I have to work with the press release?
Why shouldn't you?
Especially when the press release itself is giving me a different figure. On the 9th, no, I'm 13,434. On their correction on the way, so the next valid vote will say 13 million. We have put all this in the
but in my petition, Zunim said
this is our attachment to our petition.
I know.
Here, on my total valid vote as 13,119,460. So which one are we working with?
Okay,
I will work with the one gazetted.
But Nipane say the one gazetted as at now. We say based on the 9th declaration.
That's right.
Into every subsequent correction does not cure.
Of course,
what happened on the 9th?
Through
the same process. On sign free Nipane sign declaration
because they need to sign the Form 13.
Now
that is the law. She may not even announce it. What announcement is a convention?
Yeah.
But the declaration itself is on the paper. And think Obaye normal from 13 from Obaye, and no we not sign maybe on the press release on social this mistake have been unadvertently, but we have corrected and this is the new position. Then she would have gone through.
And a nipane kase some mistake now kase and nam so much a calculate percentage na munya 100.3%, which is a mathematical impossibility.
That's right.
That does not reflect on the Form 13.
No. He should do the calculations well. We have done our calculation. We have put
based on Form 13.
Based on that Form 13.
The so-called Form 13.
The announcement she did. Hear me. We are looking at the announcement she did. The figures she called. The Form 13 that, according to her, she issued on that day. Not the corrected one. According to her, no. We are not using that. We are using the declaration on the 9th. And the figures she mentioned to her. That is the figures. She herself came back on the 10th to say that it's a mistake. No, but you see, Obi, I should just respond quickly. Mami used to face the time, and Casamano. What? NDC, Obi say NDC should be happy. They are not going. Oh, I'm a true me say we want the truth. The woman said she declared it to the glory of God. There's nothing that glorifies God. That
doesn't hold in the court of law. In the move on, your lordships established that.
It holds.
There's a court of
law. It holds. It holds. Court it holds because fan was electoral commission.
Yes. Yes.
And then no didn't.
Or the cross ne didn't say.
Very good. And in Christianity.
And the Bible.
And the Christianity. And you know a Christian.
Yes.
Bible so they say enkanokre enchantro sebe enchantro and uba be declare no she goes back to her swearing
the Christian
value by telling the whole world say she's or declare way to the glory of God again na ehenya me nunyan chen nokre
why nokre o nokre
nokre
no say waka me
bi wa yesi o ma meka no Segana na edini omusika hwe na zasema ba na beka no na wudwane a ade na enyewo
go through the procedure.
He proceed na procedure court procedure be na sin court wede nye na ono so obi wotsa osre obi di ho baby o say wala nya say alintina e depend on mistakes nti ono nkazo wala nya ono nkazo mistake na open mistake ne ma o mistake you the mistake man open. So that was say obi a gazette mistake now to 7 previous. Not on a mistake because only mistake into. So that was say because sabi o kasa obi a prepare you na mebo. So for you to even say identity end is for mistake o miti obi kura say mistake akra ma me mistake akra o. Ade betimi do wa ba manu. Unye na me na nsada o man so a when you think be betimi and ye kasa let serious people talk wala your mistake or no funny mistake but ye mistake people
o ba say untimi nka say one wonya adwen to ono nye
no nya me ka kire say so no pen mistake on do timi fa but ye mistake people na me ka no
na some ye mistake in mo petition ma court na ma kwan to go
and you typological errors there's a difference obi se me ko wi akoko sebe na wo ko ni pa ni na from so but anyway anybody actually
ba ko ya misdemeanor and ba ko so
emrana kasa show in terms of when what show say we mood we yes it what must obi a lawyer bi abaka to say kokota de bia sa de na ye in fact an normal circumstance we ni ye no court mo ebetu judge ebetu the amount say correct na sign no correct no sign those are admitted or accepted in court so what must but in say wakoye 100
no so ye mistake
no 100 mistake
and na ba be correct
no the correction one famra yes yanka say on diminya correction o temiye
I also one famra
kwanzo anya correction no akoma ye mistake law
but does the law provide any settled means I be faso
the law does not provide you do the same thing again.
Who told you that?
No, that is my opinion. And now
Maybe the
you
EC
fight
has a
me
different
because
opinion.
tell me. The law does not provide, sir. Or the law is silent on something.
On that, yes.
If the law is silent on something, it means that if there's a mistake, the law, it will not be acceptable to use unsigned press release to correct a law because the thing has gone into law. There are processes of correcting law. So what am I saying? There are processes to correct a law.
The EC did not seek to correct law.
What did he say? What did they do?
The statement you read.
What did they do?
Was not correcting the law.
What was they do?
It made reference to the declaration the EC made a day earlier.
Which is wrong.
Come again?
Which is wrong.
And then they're wrong.
No, they make a declaration to a this and that there's inadvertently. What is the inadvertent? That is a mistake.
Yes.
It is a mistake. No, so no, what they acquire law, or they acquire CI 135. Into Ujitum.
CI 135, which is the Gazette. No?
Which is the Gazette. Into Obi, Okofia, to CI 135. Tobacco. Actually, I will say, your Gazette results be on the. We know the Kofa tape na or internet.
Yes.
Mamini declare no.
Yes.
For over 10 years so. Like I say, on your calculation now. Now results of the baby not the 100.3 bro now G2 more. Now you're a good father.
But the declaration no, is based on the source document.
What is the
Which
source
document is Form 13?
Yes.
And you are being told, sir, the Form 13, what is on the Form 13 does not reflect your 100.3 now.
But we are saying that. But you see, then Nameka in Obi-Wan Mabregu.
Oh, what Bregu say?
Mabregu man, and then Nameka in the one just said,
what Bregu say?
Yamamin Bejina Hokano. Dano.
Not that the on the American.
Because he ain't me for press release in Yajuma. Nameka no.
Okay.
You have a press release and declare national elections. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Which is the declaration? Is it? Is it what the woman said?
The woman didn't say it.
Is it what the woman said orally? Viva voce. And now say what is documented? What is written?
The woman didn't just speak viva voce. She read from a document.
Have you seen that document?
Oh, my brother, why are you?
Have you seen that document?
Why are you making things difficult
Baba,
for yourself?
have you seen that document?
Which document are you talking about?
The written document. Baba,
I am saying
you can write something and in
the first one she did. The first one she did was published by all the papers.
Which first one?
The first one she declared, the one she announced, the one she read out.
9th day.
You've
seen the original
I'm
statement?
saying the papers, all papers published it.
They probably transcribed what they heard.
Whatever they transcribed is what she said to the whole world. If somebody is in America, he doesn't seek to see what is on the paper. He has heard it, and let me tell you, you know that video evidence?
Yes,
it's also evidence in court.
Admissible. Yes.
So why are you talking about?
How about if he?
No. Why are you talking about? So when you say video evidence, that is enough for us.
No, but in this
to
case,
take a decision.
But in this case, there is something written on paper. What is written on paper is what she purported to read out to the Ghanaian people. And if in what she read out, who's a mistake, can't we go back to what was written, or in the worst case scenario, go back to the source document? Which source document is Form 13?
Who should do that?
Come again?
Who should do that?
The court Suomoto can call for that. No.
So
because again, it addresses one of the 5 issues.
She is supposed to do that. She is supposed to correct the Anamebwa. She is supposed to correct the results. She is supposed to correct it, and she didn't do it. And we are going to court to get her do the right now. Are we wrong?
No.
No. But the ways people are saying you have no case, you have no case, you have no case. If you have no case,
normally a court of public opinion. No,
but even in court. They are seeking to tell us that.
Oh, who has done that? Who has
but that is why they said that from the very moment that they filed legal objections that we don't have.
Yeah, preliminary legal
objections. So they are also saying it even in court. And people outside have one microphone so one bontai then. And figures and the points. And then they are consumed and saying the bay will be able to hear. Obinsuka be saying. me also what is the correct figures? Mama correct figures. I want in two different numbers. And they say no, you have press release. I don't know what say correction. Obi. No, press release. No say correction. And they say have press release. The name you man. Obi out here brocha uti me. Niya mama na kan no a announcement declaration pictorial. Obi ehunu no. Yes, I'm fair no to China. No the press release. Yan sign yan buy no. Yan fair no enjuma. Which makes sense. Obi. I think they're very simple.
About the other question,
me accountability. Arahu.
I don't know.
Say, accountability there. And then I said, you will be a man position or Bemubiano. Onyanyope. Ministers on to money obedie. Obienye bia also ko house ko di ni obedie accountability pie ni alameboa. Sasa na mo pen dia and the electoral commission you hwe unim say your institutions inano. Electoral commission is one of the biggest in terms of expenditure. In terms of sika o money sika ko. Electoral commission is one of the biggest.
Yeah. Parliament can do that. You don't go to court through 64-1.
Then you are saying that we should throw the law away so we can challenge elections.
And I mean, can you say
no? What the Parliament can do? I say that then what we are doing.
If you are challenging the elections, which challenge should be on the validity of the elections? Then you don't go there asking for no in the interest of accountability. That kind of way, they all winning at the
sure. So kunu aba. Now person ya benko ya. Wa kunu aba na ba no. Nya benko na ori bebe fie. So nim za.
Yes. Akokono nyina wo.
Adwin be di echi. Mafie be di echi. Adwin ne hu no kura be di echi. Baby away kura hwa na akoko na ebi wan hwa kura mo anketenkete kura be du wechi abefi. By o de ba na oso obi abeka so oso abe. Obi enu wa obehu na oso abe baka so oso amafi. Ana osi adwen. Ndi ekoni eko challenge ye kwa challenge a adi nyema bebriye den. Ye petition is about 36 or so pleadings. So what maze. In seven so ya kan ba ko ufri ho ye ba down kwa na obehu biases no so ebe mu. O de emrepe mu no masamba. Na ya saka no so anwansem.
Na mo share article 296.
That and ya me pese obi ehun ni say ye kasi amount discretionary. 296 article constitution because 296 don't just get up and say we use what doing again.
Yes.
We use no mara council. So what must say and no so.
No mo say we use mara council.
Na minua. O ba be declare obi the letter bro. Say me who mistakes obi be complain. Me who mistakes nya abotre. Because mrabia show say declare no 24 hours.
Yeah, but I won't so complain then so your complaint should not seek
complain no all day.
Okay.
Let them command go.
And America say any complaint from an agent
have we said
should
that?
not stop her from discharging the constitutional duties.
We have never said that.
Now say go nya abotre.
No, you see Kahunu say nema me dimension am go first electoral commission obagana yi. And my brother from 1999 2000 election, I have been part of elections throughout up to today. Up to today. Election beer, I'm playing one role or the other. In fact, 2008, Ukraine, I was part of those who were in the electoral commission room. So I must say. And one thing that everybody will miss Aferijan for, so I must say, is that Aferijan's one electoral commissioner. What I say because Sabi Ayam Kra Obeji no it.
Na so we in this case Moleta na anko.
Me pa oh no Moleta na kwa na so manye.
Moleta ne kwa.
Ana so manye. I won't read a petition no. Read the petition.
It is what came out through cross examination.
Obi waka tan petition I said no we do any five mu what read the you.
Kind of petition.
Okay can you tamba can you. Because and now go for be I'm sorry mum fa figure be am into win nim say figures wey na hihye ya de mu say no na nim say na go do na 49.625 omunim say calculation ko na 100.3% omunim kwa say me ba omunim kwa say press release na ba no some be my new figures
baba
what me the new figures a correct other figures. At the end, we see a 20. Now we an inadvertent. We the use of word inadvertent. Inadvertent. The brother can say and say a mistake. Mistake na man for yam from so and na engrofo beti ase. Into us let us come jet so no wa yam from so. Na yen yesi from so no ye no kwan ye fa so ye ni ye no wan famra kwan so. Ye bone ye ni ani o. John Muhammad tun ho si was on no be fight injustice no. A problem in any. It is a need obi yam fan say after ye wu ko near baby be CI 135. No, so I say it made reference to the 9 December declaration. Okay, then what is the figures? No, I for no video now or born.
My Musa video
ya calculate as
The final question is one of the major issues I'm pleading here was the discretionary powers of the Electoral Commission chairperson. Anyhow, you soon. Mumufi say she abused those powers.
Yes.
My reason is letter nanka mode kwa komano complaining of some errors ne maybe akoko koso no. Wan shada mfi mo. Sa letter mode koi. Is there evidence to show that the letter was received by the Electoral Commission?
No. That is the problem because and the
letter was received?
No, it was not even accepted. That is the point.
How is that? Acceptance.
Now, Obi Mema let now so near
that
one, when you get to Tukono, you can ask him. But we have confirmed this. He went to the Electoral Commission.
One of the issues in your pleadings. You should support it with some concrete evidence.
We have supported it already. Said they went there and they refused to take it.
Who refused?
Please. Can I take my time? Let me go into the debate because I have no response to that. Please. It will just take some time, but let me just read.
Okay. And maybe 1 minute. Adom Malakio. A draw. And a would just a dependable herbal a day abba for the treatment of malaria, tiredness, and body weakness. Unyebia ebe boa papa adom malakio e boy juma bruta. And adom natural tonic. Wenumu atun to mini the anemia umoja so ate me pacho bomode na maunsa and kebeni adom natural man mixer in capsules for vitality, stamina in men, vigor. And Ekutia premature ejaculation. Adom lady care capsules and so menstrual pains. O menstrual flow.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
O suffer from bad odor. O we fresh na BBI kama. Adom lady care capsules and mixture and we here. Dependable herbal number is 0242 223 555 0242 223 555. We be at no Ghana hebia. You don't have to miss out on the amazing deals and freebies with discount of up to 15% on all TCL product this Valentine's season. And season, you divas day na radio, but TCL showrooms there. Discount ni gusto den. In product no okwa the wa peno uchusua. Na edi ho enkomo discount bebre and it is a fridge papa na air conditioners and then you my ton TCL showrooms nyinara okoyen website for example store.tclghana.com store.tclghana.com ubitimi ashop online na bibia akoye ede amount my free vouchers to shop for a loved one anytime you buy from TCL in this Val's season, this season of love. Your number is 0202 698 398 0202 698 398. Baba, finally 30 seconds na menko.
22 paragraph 22 of our win or say
of my petition.
Mrs. Jen Adukwemens are predetermined prior to the 7th December 2020 presidential and parliamentary election that she will announce the results within 24 hours after close of polls. Consequently, she refused to entertain legitimate concerns placed before her regarding errors in the data. She was proceeding to make the declaration on 23, and that is the more important. Prior to her making the said purported declaration, Mrs. Adukwe Mensah had been notified by agents of the petitioner of certain material errors in the figures collated, and then refused to accept a letter written by the NDC to her, raising some of those issues. Attached and marked as Exhibit B is a copy of that letter.
But how was the refusal? The refusal done? So we're
that is where it will
one
be,
thing
that is where
the
expansion of it. No, but it's not Adakamua. Say also refuse you. Then we can ask the questions.
But you cannot prove that claim.
No, what are you talking about? Our claim is that she refused the question because I said that they met her at the door. That is what I'm I have read to you. I've read
you've not read. Those details are not in what you've read.
So you see,
who sent the letter and who refused the letter?
I have told you that.
That is
at
not
least
in
I
what you read.
mentioned one name that I know.
So Otukono.
Otukono was part
and
of
Otukono
the group
says he went to Jean Mensah's office and Jean says she will not receive it.
This your plan will not
No,
work.
Oze, you are making
No,
claims
your plan will
against
work. But
somebody.
I have attached evidence. I have put it before the court.
Which evidence?
Why? I put
the evidence is there.
The letter is
the
there.
So-called letter.
No, the letter is there.
But that is not the
So
claim.
it
The
is
claim is not about the letter.
You see,
the claim is about her
the woman has
refusal to accept the letter.
She has responded in their petition.
Yes.
Swatman said
Yes.
that maybe there was nothing like that. So she should come and based on her issues, she will also will respond to them. You see, the sad aspect of our law now is that when a petition will be anti-Muslim. First, evidence in chief,
What lead you at that can
but I say, yes, it's trouble. Enti uchiroba obi anti udio enti se no ya ye die no na omotutum kakra na maame ne die no ko begina daka mu na insha Allah obaba begina daka no
sa
ho na Ghana fo be hu no kura
nsa ema
ewo nsem because ye die no na chese omotutum kakra no maame ne die o kan ne mo tie
Ekosiisen.
maame ne die no kan na maame no begina daka mu a na Ghana fo be hu no kura maame ne die sie ni nsem akoso
Baba Jamal. But
at least we
I think it's been helpful.
Yeah. Be a member catch them say when who see the figures about Uncle Cocaine petition will be me part of the show. Obi got the figures about the Cocaine petition and so about but as it be Baba
Jamal Niatien Kano, lawyer Baba Jamal, former deputy general secretary NDC, former MP Akwitia constituency, former deputy minister, but now local government information.
In fact, I'm the most transferred minister.
Okay.
Because 5 ministries.
Information, local
I started
government.
from Eastern region.
Yeah.
To information,
yes.
to tourism, to local government, and ended up at Ministry of Employment and Labour.
Relations. 5.
I had
and then as deputy ministers.
I have experience in all this places.
Wow. Baba Medasepa, and Baba Jamal and Amoten and Ekosiisen Suni, Ehaya Sempa.